Let's discuss heap management. Runtime memory area is divided into four parts. First is code, second is static, third is heap, and fourth is stack. I already discussed stack. Let's discuss how we can manage the heap. The heap is the portion of the store that is used for the data that lives indefinitely or until the program explicitly delete it. The program need to explicitly delete it, otherwise it will be live indefinitely, it will be live long time. Local variable typically become inaccessible when their procedure end. Suppose a is a function and within that suppose some variable x, y are there. When we call the function a, at that time we will create memory location for x, y. Then when we will return from function a, when we will return from this procedure, at that time it will not delete this local variable. So now this xy is inaccessible, we cannot access this. As we can access this xy through a, now we return from this function, so we cannot access this xy. So that we need to delete explicitly, or we can say that we need to deallocate from the memory. The memory manager is the one who manages the heap. Memory manager allocate and deallocate space within the heap. It serves as an interface between the application program and the operating system. The memory manager keeps track of all of the free spaces in the heap storage at all the time, so that it can use that free spaces, it can allocate in that free spaces. It performs two basic functions. First is allocation, second is deallocation. For each allocation, when a program requests memory for a variable or object, the memory manager produces a chunk of contiguous heap memory of the requested size. If that is available, it will satisfy the request. If it is not available, then it will increase the heap storage by getting some consecutive byte of virtual memory from the operating system. Suppose this is a heap storage and from that suppose 50 unit is done and rest suppose 100 unit is left and we are requesting of size 20. This is allocated. Now this 100 unit is free and we require 20 units, so you can easily allocate. Suppose this is also allocated, means nothing is free, then it will increase the size by taking virtual memory from the operating system. Next is deallocation. The memory manager returns deallocated space to the pool of free space, so it can reuse this space to satisfy other allocation request. Allocation and deallocation both are done by the memory manager. In allocation, it allocates memory for variable or object according to request size. In deallocation, it will add that free space with the heap. So what should be property for memory manager? First is space efficiency. A memory manager should minimize the total heap space needed by the program, and space efficiency is achieved by minimizing the fragmentation. You will study detail about fragmentation in operating system. Next, program efficiency. A program manager should make good use of memory subsystem to allow program to run faster. Means which data should be in memory that it can run faster, when it will allocate, when it will deallocate, all these things will be done by memory manager. Next is low overhead. Because memory allocation and deallocation are frequent operation in memory program, so it is important that this operation be as efficient as possible, means it should be faster. Allocation and deallocation should be faster. So allocation and deallocation, that time spent should be less. It should be faster. So these are the desired property of memory manager: space efficiency, program efficiency, and low overhead. Next is reducing fragmentation. At the beginning of the program execution, the heap is one contiguous unit of free space. As the program allocate and deallocate memory, this space is broken off into free and used chunk of memory, and the free chunk need not record in a contiguous area of the heap. Initially it will be empty, it will be one contiguous free unit. Then suppose here it will allocate 20 unit, then suppose allocate 30 unit, then suppose allocate 30 unit, then suppose allocate 50 unit. Now suppose it deallocate this 30, then suppose it deallocate this 50. So now I can say it is not contiguous. So free space is this 30 and this 50, and this 20 and this 30 is allocated. It need not be in contiguous. As the allocation in deallocation process, so that one contiguous unit of free space will be divided. We refer the free chunk of memory as holes. In operating system, you might study best fit, first fit, next fit, and worst fit. That how we'll allocate into holes. You'll study details about fragmentation in operating system. For compiler, this much is enough. Next is garbage collection. Data that cannot be referenced is known as garbage. That we cannot use, or we can say data that is unreachable, we cannot access that is called as a garbage. Many high-level programming languages have the automatic garbage collection feature that it will remove the burden of manual memory management from the programmer. So that automatic garbage collection will deallocate unreachable data automatically. This much is enough for heap. This is the last part of runtime environment. In runtime environment, I discussed code, static, heap, and stack. Also, what is static allocation and what is dynamic allocation. With this, I am finishing compiler design lecture for GATE Computer Science. There is also another playlist for previous year question from GATE 2010 till now. If this lecture is helpful for you, please like and subscribe. Thank you.